The annual Dorothy Crippen Hurd Scholarship has been awarded to another outstanding graduate of Waco High School. Hello again, everybody. My name is Dale Caffey on the campus of Waco High School in the library with the recipient of this year's Dorothy Crippen Hurd Scholarship, Marshall Tekell. Marshall, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know that this scholarship is going to go a long way into helping you with your career goals. It's $10,000.
Yeah.
When you found out you were a recipient of this scholarship, how did you and your family feel?
Well, I actually learned later that my family knew a couple of days before I did. So I walked, it was awarded at the senior awards ceremony, so I walked in and I saw my parents there and I was like, why are they here? I didn't tell them to come, so it kind of confused me for a little bit. But then after I got the scholarship, I realized that they had known before and it was really exciting. Before
we get well into our interview, we're going to talk about the criteria that has to be met before you can even apply for this scholarship. So as we take a look at this criteria, you can get to know a little bit more about Marshall himself. First of all, you have to be in the top 5% of the graduating class. So in a class of about 300 students, that's in the top 15. You must have demonstrated leadership during high school. You must have participated as a community volunteer during your high school years. You must have attained a SAT score of a minimum 1800 or an ACT score minimum 27. You must have completed a balanced college preparatory program in advanced academic studies, and probably most importantly, you must have attended Waco High School for at least 3 out of your 4 high school years. For you, that was no problem. You're a lifelong Waco ISD student. Let's start there. Talk a little bit about the last 12 to 13 years.
Well, I went to elementary school in Mountain View, and then after that I went to Lake Air, and when they split up Lake Air into a 5th and 6th grade campus for a couple of years. So when they made that change, I went to 8th grade at Tennyson, and then I was at Waco High for 4 years.
Right. We have a list of questions that you were actually asked during your interview for the Dorothy Crippen Hurd Scholarship. So we're going to you've had these before, you've rehearsed before, but we're going to let the folks at home know a little bit more about you and how you answered these questions. And in no particular order, they asked for what you thought your greatest strengths were. Talk about that.
I think what I remember telling in the interview was that my greatest strengths was how I'm good at math, but at the same time I enjoy writing and I'm good at English, and how a lot of times you encounter people that are good at math and enjoy math, and it seems like that is the only thing that they're interested in, that all of the English and the liberal arts things are they often view them as a waste of time, and I said that I really also enjoy those things and that I want to do both in college.
Now, you were involved in a lot of things in high school and had a lot of achievements, but they also asked you about some personal achievements in your life, whether it's in high school or out of high school.
Yeah.
What things did you talk about there?
I think I talked about winning the Outstanding Advocate Award at mock trial. That was a really big deal. It was an interesting story, as I wasn't actually there to receive the award. It's an award that's awarded to the top advocate of all of the lawyers in the state competition, and I won that one. And I was actually at the airport to go on spring break, and then we were rushing to get back because we thought we were advancing, and I missed accepting the award. But I said that was my greatest personal achievement.
That was a great honor, and of course this interview is nothing new to you. I think I interviewed you this year, several times. Yeah. One was for the mock trial competition. Yeah. Is that something you're going to take with you as you go, because you participated in that for a long time?
That's very true. I haven't really explored what the mock trial team looks like at UT. From what I've heard, it's a lot of really competitive people that are really they're really gunning for law school, and I really haven't decided if I want to do law school yet. So, but I definitely really want to look into that and see what's going on with mock trial at UT.
You mentioned UT, University of Texas. Yeah. You're going there. We'll talk a little bit more about your career goals in just a moment. Well, actually, we'll talk about them now, because that's another question you were asked, career goals.
Yeah. Well, at UT, I'm enrolled in 2 major programs. One is the Plan 2 program, which is an honors program at the Liberal Arts College, and what that does is that program encourages you to take another major outside of the liberal arts college. So whether that be the business school or the architecture school or the engineering school, I'm also taking a chemical engineering major out of there. So that's where really my career lies. I really want to be a chemical engineer and work in that field and possibly get a couple graduate degrees.
Now, here's a question I really like, because this is always tough to answer, I guess.
Yeah.
Tell me about a mistake you've made in your life and how
Yeah.
you grew from that mistake.
Well, a lot of people don't actually know this, is that I played soccer for a long time. I played soccer for about 12 years. And freshman year at Waco High, I was in the soccer class, and I was actually in the, because of scheduling conflicts, I had to be in the advanced soccer class, and it really was a little too much for me. And I quit after my freshman year, and I really think that was a big mistake. I look back every year, I really wished I had stuck with it and kept on doing that.
Yeah, because the soccer program here at Waco High School is very competitive.
Yeah.
But also you got a chance to play some tennis too.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. We interviewed you about your tennis success earlier this year, but why don't you rehash that?
I played tennis for 4 years at Waco High. Starting as a freshman, I had played tennis before high school, so I was already an advanced player. So starting as a freshman, I played on the #1 position for team tennis. And team tennis is different. That's in the fall season. So team tennis is where you have your #1 player play the other school's #1, 2-2, 3-3, all the way down, and then you add up the scores. And then in the spring, you do tournament play, where you just practice for the district tournament in April, and then the winners of the district tournaments go on and they advance to the regionals and the state tournament. And me and my doubles partner, Richard, he's a sophomore, we won the district tournament in boys doubles, so we advanced to the regional tournament in Abilene.
And the first time that a championship has been won in a long time.
That is very true, yeah.
Very good. The interviewers also asked you about somebody who's influenced your life and why.
I hesitated for a little bit for something, but really my parents. And that's really just the inescapable answer, is that my parents are both incredible people, and they really put me in a position to succeed in life, and without them, I don't know where I would be.
You actually were the salutatorian of your class, and in fact, fresh in your mind probably is your speech that you delivered on graduation day. Very impressive speech. You talked about a lot of things, but you did thank your mom for serving on the school board.
Yeah, my mom, she did that for me. She basically wanted to be up there to make sure that I was getting the best education, that everyone in Waco ISD was getting the best education. And it's, of course you have to thank her. It's a oftentimes a thankless job.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your memories of Waco High School. We mentioned mock trial. That's one of probably many things that stands out in your mind. Let's talk about the last 4 years and the things you're going to take from good old Waco High School as you go forth to University of Texas.
Yeah. I think a senior told me my freshman year that if you're going home at 4 o'clock, then you're wrong. So even though that the 7th period bell would ring at 4 o'clock, I would always make sure that I was involved in something that really kept me after school until 5 or 5:30. And I think those are the things that were most rewarding and that I'm going to remember the most.
Well, another one of those besides mock trial was one-act play.
Yeah.
And you did a Shakespeare play that you particularly enjoyed, I think.
Yeah, our junior year, last year, we put on A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Demetrius in that play. We advanced from advanced from zone, then we advanced from district, and then
area.
Yeah, we made it to area, but we didn't make it past area.
Right.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a great play.
Great. Anything else besides, we've named 2 now. Oh, well, actually 3. Tennis, one-act play, and mock trial.
The German exchange.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Bachman would have some, in a previous interview I didn't mention German, and he got a little tickled. He said he wanted me to mention it, so I'm going to plug it for him. Sophomore year, we went actually on a 3-week exchange to Germany. And all 4 years at Waco High, I've been involved in German, and I think that's probably been my favorite class all 4 years.
Part of that exchange is having a guest stay at your home. Did you have a guest?
Yep. And actually, my exchange partner, Tim, he came and stayed with us when I was a sophomore for 3 weeks. And the way it works in Europe is that the more exchange time that you have, the better your chances are at getting into the college that you want to get into. For them, it's so important to spend a lot of time abroad and to really understand different cultures. So he actually came back when I was a junior and just stayed with us for 3 weeks to basically take another trip.
Obviously, we talked about your remembrances that you'll take from Waco High School, but another question you were asked, kind of a broad question, what does Waco High School mean to Marshall Tekell?
I said it meant that Waco High is the world, and if you're not prepared for Waco High, then you're not going to be prepared for the world. I said that that's really what it means to me, is that a lot of people want to view the negative things, but I think not supporting Waco High is not supporting the community around you, and I think that's what it really means to me. This is our crown jewel. This is the high school of Waco, the pride of Waco.
Right, very good, well spoken. A lot of people from this class are heading down to Austin at University of Texas.
Yeah.
That's kind of unusual, but your valedictorian is going to be down there with you, and a bunch of other people that you are. Is going to be a little mini Waco High School reunion down there?
Yeah, I'm actually, my roommate Kurt, you know Kurt
Yes.
from guitar,
Kurt Kranz.
we're actually going to be roommates at UT. So we got someone in the business school. I got a couple people in the engineering school. He's in natural sciences, and then I think the rest are all spread out in the College of Liberal Arts and even music school and the College of Radio, TV, and Film.
You had choices to make, obviously, when we talked to you earlier this year about what college to go to, and you had quite a list you were trying to choose from. What was the deciding factor in staying in Texas and going to UT?
The Plan 2 program. The Plan 2 program, I applied to Berkeley, and I got into Berkeley, and Berkeley was the place I wanted to go for a long time. But unfortunately, the way that they do their admissions is that if you want to be an engineer, you have to apply to the engineering school, and that's where you are. And I didn't apply to the engineering school. So when I was looking at the final options, I thought I can go to UT and have both of these programs that are amazing programs. UT is actually number 4 in the nation in chemical engineering. Berkeley's number 3. Mm-hmm. But UT was going to give me that plus Plan 2. So that's what I wanted to do.
Very good, very good. Anything else that you want to add as we wrap up this interview? Your final interview on WISD TV, I guess, unless you come back for one.
Yeah. I'd like to thank you all for everyone watching and taking an interest in what goes on in your schools.
Very good. Once again, this is Marshall Tekell. He is the recipient of this year's Dorothy Crippen Hurd Scholarship. That Crippen Hurd Scholarship was established by a man named Norman Hurd back in 1999 in memory of Dorothy Crippen Hurd, a graduate of Waco High School. Again, we congratulate Marshall Tekell on receiving that scholarship, and we want to remind you, if you want to help out the Waco ISD Education Foundation, you can do so by going to www.wacoisdfoundation.org. My name is Dale Caffey. I'm here at the Waco High School Library with Marshall Tekell. Proof that at Waco High School and at Waco ISD we have learners today, leaders tomorrow.